Your English is actually pretty good. You understand people and people understand you, but when you speak, something feels awkward. You hesitate, you overthink, and you don't sound like yourself. If that's your experience, then this video's for you because it's probably not happening for the reason that you think. Let's get cracking. Hey up mate, and cheers for finding this video today. My name is Dan, I'm a CELTA qualified British English teacher, and my goal is to help you feel more confident when you communicate in English. So this video is for people who know that their English is actually pretty good, but for some reason you feel really awkward when you speak, like you hesitate more than you want to, and you don't really sound like yourself in English. And first thing you need to know is that this is really common with adults who are learning English, and the reason this happens is usually nothing to do with grammar or vocabulary. Because if it was a grammar problem, more study would fix it, but chances are you've already studied grammar a lot. If it was a vocabulary problem, more reading would fix it, but you've probably been doing that a lot too. So you're probably not struggling because you don't know enough English. You're probably struggling because you're trying to do too many things at once. And this is something I've talked all about in a video all about speaking confidence. I'll talk more about it later, but the link is in the description if you want to check that one out. So now that we know what the problem is and we know what's not causing the problems, let's talk about what is causing the problem. And the first thing is pressure and processing. Speaking as a skill is very different to everything else when it comes to learning English because it's something that happens in real time and requires a lot of different mental processes to happen all at once. Think about it. You're probably doing some translation, you're probably thinking about grammar, you're probably watching the other person's face to see if they understand and what kind of reactions they have. You're probably terrified about making a mistake, and you're just scared that people would think you're stupid. And your brain becomes a bit like an old computer with about 100 apps open at the same time. It doesn't really do anything very well. And that mental overload is what causes you to panic or freeze up or just basically forget all of the English that you've learned so far. And that's why advice like just have more conversations often makes people feel worse, not better. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this happening more now than it did when I first started learning English? And the truth is, this gets worse the more your English improves. Think about it. When you're a beginner, there is very low expectation on you to do anything in the language. If you make a sentence like, the ball is red, cool, that's great. But as you become more advanced, A, you care more, B, you're going to judge yourself much harder, and 3, you really want to sound right. And this causes you to self-monitor way more now than you did as a beginner. And this causes a lot of people to feel like their English is getting worse. But the truth is, your English is getting better, but you're also becoming more aware of all the things that you can't do very well in English. At the beginning, you're just focusing on the stuff that you can do. When you become more advanced, you start focusing on the stuff you can't do, which makes you feel worse, and it makes you feel like your English is actually going in the wrong direction. So now that we've established what's going on, let's talk about what you can actually do about it to make this better. The first thing you can try is to focus on communication rather than correctness. So many people I work with worry so much about expressing an idea in the perfect possible way. However, it's not that necessary. Imagine if I walk up to you on the street and I said, train, buy, ticket, place, where? You would understand what I'm asking for. There's no grammar, the words are in the wrong order, but the message is delivered. We need to focus on delivering the message first, and then as correctly and as perfectly as possible comes second. So always focus on delivering the message first. The second thing is that familiar language reduces pressure. When you learn a new word or expression, you find it quite difficult to remember and use that because it's quite new. Whereas words that you've used hundreds of times come much more naturally, right? So when you're in a situation that you're needing to communicate with somebody and you've got all of this mental pressure going on, you need to focus on using the phrases and words and expressions that you're really, really comfortable with. This is not the time to try out that new idiom. This is the time to use the expressions that you are comfortable with to make sure that you feel as relaxed as possible. And when you're worrying less about what you need to say, that's a few less decisions that your brain has to deal with while everything else is going on. And the third thing I want you to know is that calm practice beats high pressure speaking every day of the week. I want you to imagine that you've decided you're going to start lifting weights, right? You've got two choices. The first is you go to the gym and you lift up a weight that's easy for you and you do it a bunch of times and you do that over and over again in a low pressure environment. The second option is that you decide to lift weights, but you start at an international weightlifting competition with a bunch of cameras watching you. Which one do you think is going to be better for you in the long run? Hopefully you realize the low pressure repetition is better for you. And the same thing is true when it comes to English speaking practice. You can either practice in the comfort of your home, knowing that you're in a safe environment, or you can practice in real-world conversations with people where actually it matters what they think, right? Which one is going to be easier? Probably the practicing at home, right? Now, if some of the stuff in this video sounds familiar, then I've got something for you. In the description, there's a link to something called the Brit Speak Starter Kit. It's got a bunch of materials that will help you with your English at any stage during your English learning journey. It's going to help you with natural expressions and confidence and how to practice English speaking so you can actually improve those skills. It's free, it's self-paced, there's no pressure, it's just there to help, and the link is in the description. And by the way, if this video made sense to you, the next thing you need to do is watch this video because it'll help you understand exactly how to practice speaking in English, even if you're on your own, so you can avoid this happening to you in the long run. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back again with another one really soon, but until then, look after yourself. See you there.